back from the break, friends. Let us learn and get inspired on Career Academy. Because remember, we can be anything we want to be when we grow up. Let's check it out. Hello friends and welcome to Career Academy here on Club Kiboko. With us here is Brav Hippie and he's gonna tell us more about the music industry. Hello Brav.
Hello Zawadi, how are you?
I'm good, you?
I'm doing great as well.
Pleasure to have you here on Club Kiboko.
Pleasure to host me here.
So kindly tell us more about yourself and what you do.
Okay, my name is John Bravinhaya, or Brav Hippie is my stage name. I'm an artist and also an entrepreneur, although I'm a civil engineer by profession.
Oh,
Yes.
that's inspiring. So when did you enter the music industry?
I started music professionally in 2022. Yeah, 2022.
How has it been?
Let me just say, it's not a walk in the park. Yeah, but most importantly, I enjoy doing it. I love doing it, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, but it's a walk in the park. Yeah.
So what is your music based on?
My music is basically based on the things that I believe in as an individual, the things that make me human. Be it, I believe in love, loving yourself, loving others as you love yourself. I believe in family and friendship. I believe in God. I believe in working hard to make money. Yeah, I believe in mental health, all kinds of health. Yeah, so my music is basically based on the things that I believe in. So every time that I'm writing songs, I actually write them around my pillars of life. I call them my pillars of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what drove you into the music industry?
Like I've said, it's passion. Passion drove me into the music industry. I've liked music, since I was young. I was a toddler. I remember my mom tells me I used to, jump on top of tables and, start performing and all that. So I've always been an entertainer. So later on in life, when I grew up, when I got to know myself better and who I am and the things that I love, that's what drove me into music. Yeah.
And what are some of the highlights in your career as a musician?
Some of the highlights in my career as a musician, first of all, my debut EP that dropped in 2023. Yeah, it was called Brav Hippie, the EP. Then my debut album, which dropped last year, called Classic Uno. And then my first performance as an artist, that was like a year ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. And of course, being hosted by you here. This is also, I've just added it to the highlights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
What is music to you as a person?
Music to me as a person is, for me, it's like it's a platform where I get to express myself, because music is art, and art is all about expressing yourself, how you're feeling, what you think, who you are, things that surround you, your perception of things that surround you. So for me, music is an avenue to express myself and to let out my feelings, to share them with the universe. Yeah. And also, of course, also to entertain.
Okay. You mentioned that being in the music industry isn't a walk in the park, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges you faced?
Yeah. Okay, here in Kenya, we don't have like proper systems. Unfortunately, normally when you put out music, you get income from your streams, but artists are not being well remunerated in terms of their music. And also, the government has not really put so much emphasis in coming up with a very good system, and elaborate one for that matter, that will help support artists here in Kenya, that will also help our music industry grow. So it is quite challenging, whether it's financially, whether it's marketing your music, whether it's them paying you for your talent. It's quite a challenge, yeah. So how I'm able to maneuver, I learn from artists who are already established in the game. And, you learn by watching, you learn by, talking to them, asking for advice, yeah. Then you're able to move, a day at a time. But I'm praying for better days ahead when our music system will be well structured. So each and every, not even music, even guys doing acting, sports, will be able to be well compensated, and they live well from their talent. Yeah.
And what do you do during your free time?
My free time, of course, music. I do music mostly, but like I said, I'm Okay, I'm also an entrepreneur, so I take that time to do research. About different organizations all over the world, different companies, and their story, how they came about. And sometimes when I'm not so serious, of course, I dance. Create TikTok videos, go for hiking, swimming, traveling. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sound like an active person.
Yeah, I'm an active person. I'm also extroverted. I like outdoors. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How would you describe your music style?
My style of music, I like the past where people used to put artists in a box. Like you said, you're a rapper, you're a singer, you're this type of artist, you're this type of artist. I'm very versatile. So I'm both a rapper and a singer, although I prefer rapping more. But when it comes to the genre, I cut across the board. Yeah, I'm versatile, I'm diverse, yeah.
And what is your target audience?
My target audience basically is anyone out there who can relate to the stories that I put down in my music, which I think are very relatable, in most circumstances, because like I said, they're based on my pillars. Something like God. I'm sure that we have atheists out there, but most people relate to God. So when I write a song, a worship song, my target audience is guys who believe in God, who are able to relate about it. When I write a love song, my target audience is guys who believe in love, who are able to relate to the topic of love. When I wrote a song about working hard, that one relates to all of us. As a grown-up adult, you have to work hard because you have bills to pay and all that. Yeah. So my target audience is based on basically the themes of the songs that I write, which, if you ask me, those themes, they cut across the board for so many of us. Yeah, so they're relatable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said that you're versatile, right?
Yeah.
But personally, for you
Yeah.
as an artist, what is your favorite genre in music?
My favorite genre is rap.
Rap.
Yeah, any day. Yeah, that's my favorite genre.
Sound.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to young children out there who want to sing, especially the boys want to be rappers and all that? What advice? Because you did engineering, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to do this, but your heart is not so much in that. So, and you mentioned about passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to such?
I'd advise them, once they've identified their passion and they're really certain about it, of course, when they're young, of course, I'll ask for also the advice of their parents.
Yeah.
But although our parents, some of them are, they're conservatives, they're not open-minded, because we're coming from a past whereby, especially our generation, I'm a millennial, and the guys before us, our parents never really took art seriously. But you guys, luckily now, the Gen Zs, the Gen Alpha, now art is growing. Now art is being taken as a serious career that you can actually pursue and make a living out of it. So I advise them, once they've identified their passion and they're sure about it, let them follow their passion. Let them put in the work. Let them do practice here and there. Let them do research, and let them continue nurturing their talent, because you only get better with time. Yeah, and let them pursue their passion, because one thing I believe, passion is related to your purpose and also related to your talent. You see, the things that you're passionate about, that's where your talent in lies, and how you use your talent to make the world a different place. That's your purpose. Yeah.
And where do you see the future of music in Kenya?
The future of music, I think the future is bright. If the Gen Zs, the new guys who are trying to revolutionize everything, if the revolution will extend now to the art side, apart from just the leadership and the government, also now to the art and the entertainment side, I think the future is bright. And I can see the young generation, most of them coming up, they're serious about art, be it the content creators, the comedians, everything. So I'm sure once they get to those positions, which our current leaders, are not utilizing to help artists like us, things are definitely going to be better. Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in the near future?
Definitely, the sky is the limit and beyond. Yeah. So we're aiming high, shooting for the stars. But the main reason why I want to do this, or rather the main legacy I want to leave in the industry, I want to be among those artists who really pushed for a well-structured system that will see wasanii make money out of art. Yeah.
Brav,
Yes.
maybe you could show us a little something of yours.
Definitely, we can do a cappella of one of my songs. I think you know it, you like it, Jaber. Yeah, so we can do like a brief a cappella, dance kidogo tu, tukimalizia show. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Twende. Haya. Jaber, 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 nyathini ler, ler. Atoti mali safi ya gal kitu shua. You're my answer dua, nishakuchagua na kutambua. You're my answer dua, nishakuchagua na kutambua. Niko na agal toto mali safi.
Well, friends, that's it for this week's episode of Career Academy. See you next week. Bye-bye. Well, friends, this has been an amazing show. But as always, we have to say bye-bye. Remember, if you'd like to interact with us, just WhatsApp us on 0759434389 and your school might just be next. I've been your host, Zawadi Kaya, and well, see you next week. Bye-bye.